Okay folks, so the battery didn't seem to appear on the charger, but you can see it in the back there, and ta-da! Got it working. Okay, so yes, it's working right now, but I actually had to do some stuff to make it work, and I'm going to show you exactly what happened and what went wrong, and then I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay, so here's the pad. Now what was happening was, when I actually put this pad in to the charger, when you first saw it there was nothing, you wouldn't see any indication, but I thought, have I got it in the wrong way? I had a look online and it looked like, maybe it is. So I turned it around and pushed it in the other way, it clicked, and I thought, ah, excellent, and then it did this. That. Now that means the pad does not have any battery in it. So it's basically telling you there's no battery present. And at that point I thought, oh crap, I've got a dud battery. But let me show you exactly what I did next. Okay, so this is what I did. I looked at the original battery, tried it, and it worked. And I thought, okay, so I haven't done anything bad to the gamepad. I then looked very, very closely at the pins, and I don't know if you can see the copper part, but if you can see the little copper pieces, they're actually very, very close together. Now, if you look on this third-party battery, the copper pieces are a little further apart. Now, I've already fixed this, so it's a little closer together than it was, but basically, like, you've got two parts in each of these gaps, and those two parts come together to, well, be utilised by the gamepad. So I took one of my precision screwdrivers, and I then proceeded to just try and grab the ends and then push them together. Try and get that in. Yeah, there we go. So I grabbed that and pushed each one together like that, and I did this for each side, so then they weren't sitting against the sides of the plastic on each side, they were now sitting more centrally. And then I tried it in the gamepad and it worked. So if you're having any issues like that, that's all you need to do. Okay, so the battery is fully charged, and you can see that indicator just next to the gamepad sign up here. That's a little plug sign to say that it is plugged in. And yeah, it's all charged up, it's all good to go. And that took about 2¼ hours, so, roughly, because it was plugged in some of the time when I was trying to test it. So roughly 2¼ hours, and you'll get this battery, the third-party battery that I picked up on eBay, fully charged. Now, if you go into the control settings, I'm going to show you what I actually use on the pad. So, I actually have the power saving mode on. I was testing that out earlier again. So, here are my settings. The screen brightness is set to 3, power savings on, rumbles on, and that's it. So these are the kind of settings I've been using just to make sure I can get the most out of the pads, and to be honest, it's always looked good, it's always played well. I've always kept the sound about middle, because that seemed loud enough for me at times. So, I'm not going to change any of this, and what I'm now going to do is, I'm going to incorporate my tablet into this one, and use my stopwatch, so when I take this off, I'll start timing it on here, and then we'll get like a rough idea about how long the battery will last for. So, well, I'll go off and do that just now. Let's look at the results. So, this is the replacement battery that I picked up. It's, as you can see, rather sizable. And let's just remind ourselves what the original pad would do. Okay, so I checked the older battery as well, I timed things on that. And what I found out was, the battery light came on once I'd started timing it from when I started using it for any kind of general stuff like gaming, obviously, web browsing, Netflix usage, just general browsing stuff, eShop, Miiverse, all that stuff. The battery light came on at 3 hours and 35 minutes in, which is actually quite good. That's not bad at all. Okay, the next part I figured out was when the battery started to flash, and that's the battery light that you can see is charging at the moment. But that would be red and it would be flashing when it's starting to go. So that turned out to be 3 hours and 53 minutes. So 18 minutes. It's not bad, not bad. But when it eventually gave up and the battery just dropped dead was 4 hours and 2 minutes. So you only really got 9 minutes after it started flashing. And I remember that's when I was actually sitting playing Splinter Cell, so yeah, not bad, not bad. But let's move on to what the new battery does. Okay, so the new battery is 3000 mAh. Now, let's see how this equates. So again, just going through those same three things where we have the battery light coming on, the battery light starting to flash, and then eventually just giving out. The results are rather interesting. Okay, so the battery light came on at 4 hours and 26. And remember, these are the same settings on the gamepad with the power saving, the brightness, and the rumble and all that kind of stuff. So it came on, what is that? Let's see, the other one was 3 hours and 35 minutes. So that's just 9 minutes short of an hour. Not bad, I thought. But let's find out what happens next. Okay, so then it starts flashing at 5 hours and 40 minutes, which is like an hour and 14 minutes later. That's pretty good. But it gets better. The actually battery gave up on that at 6 hours and 28 minutes. That's loads. I mean, that's 12 minutes short of an hour after the previous, you know, when the battery light starts to flash, but still, that gives you a huge amount of time to sit and finish what you're doing. So, in total, with the settings that I was running on the pad, I was getting 6 hours and a half, basically. And you could take that down even further. You could actually, I've got my brightness about middle of the road around 3, the power saving was on, and the rumble was on. You could turn rumble off, you could take the brightness down another notch, or another notch after that, and you'd probably get a lot more out of it. So hey, if you go onto eBay, you'll be able to pick one of these up, and again I will put the link to the eBay seller which I got this from. And yes, it was from Hong Kong or wherever. It was £8. Now just put that in perspective, the official battery from Nintendo actually costs about between £22 and £25. So even though this probably doesn't measure up to the kind of stuff you'll get out of the Nintendo battery, the official battery, you're still going to get a hell of a good deal at this. I mean, so just to put that into perspective, that is nearly 2 hours and a half extra on this battery over the one that comes with the Wii U Gamepad to begin with. So, you know what? Good deal. Very good deal. So, yeah, pretty good results, and I hope that kind of spurs people on to have a look at this. Because, to be honest, at first when I got this, I wasn't sure it was going to be great at all. Especially when I had some issues with the pins. But, you know, once you figure out the pins and get that all sorted, it worked. For Wii U owners, if you want to extend the battery life of your gamepad, go and get one of these batteries. Well worth it. £8 off eBay. The only issue is that you might have to wait like 2.5 weeks for it to arrive. Okay, well anyway, till next time folks, I hope that's helped, and I shall catch you later. Bye!